Aldim was ruled by its 13 founders, men and women who were blessed with founder marks and all the innate godly magic they provided. Technically, they now numbered 14, with Hal's disturbing capacity to wield his founder's mark launching him among their ranks. Rinbost had everything going for him. As the founder of Fallmark, he ruled without challenge, and soon all of Aldim would be saved by his hands alone. Every soul-darkening deed was in service to Aldim's survival. Once the others witnessed him defeating the threat to this star, they would understand. His family would understand. Opening his eyes, Rinbost was unsurprised to find himself in the middle of a dark expanse littered with towering piles of square, iridescent black stone. After such a fit of rage, his momentary lapse in concentration would have invited an attack by his beast. Standing opposite Rinbost in the dark arena was a humanoid being of pure white light with 2 black pits for eyes that let out thick, oily streams of black smoke. That smoke only doubled when a black grin creased his otherwise featureless face. "Henser," Rinbost spat his name like a curse. "I really don't have time for this. My rage is not aimed at you. But if you insist, I will gladly vent my frustrations over Hirash's failure on you." Henser prowled like a caged animal, which, as Rinbost's beast, he was, looking for any sign of weakness. Rinbost would give him none. He had lapsed momentarily in his protections. The anger at Hal's continued evasion and the knowledge that the man had broken into his innermost bastion as if it were child's play had opened him up to Henser's attack. "If you but release me," Henser began, claws of hardened light forming on his outstretched fingers. "We could subjugate this entire star and all those beyond. With your knowledge and my power, the kindred themselves would cower before us." Rinbost snapped out a night-black sword, Mansur's fear, that drank in the light coming off of Henser's body. "I have an archmage to punish. Must we do this now?" His voice was calm, but Rinbost knew better than to underestimate Henser. Though he put on an air of nonchalance, he was ready for the beast. Henser spread his arms out wide, and Rinbost had his answer. He wasn't going to back down. One would think the beast almost liked being beaten. "Very well," Rinbost said, drawing one arm across his armored chest and casting occultation. Swirling, shifting, watery shadows spun around him. The effect vanished a second later for Rinbost, but for anybody looking at the founder, his image would shift and waver like looking through a pool of water reflected by 6 funhouse mirrors. Henser came at him in a rush, black oil dripping out of his slavering mouth. "Such tawdry tricks," the beast said. "Perhaps," Rinbost allowed, sidestepping Henser's slashing claws. They were aimed directly at one of the many shifting forms that moved around Rinbost, making him almost impossible to hit. A watery shadow was shredded by the attack and whisked away, but many more remained. The founder outstretched an arm and cast Hurricane Wing. The towering phantasmic form of a black dragon reared where Rinbost stood and flapped its colossal wings. The beast was caught out and blown away like a leaf in a gust. The razor-sharp wind cut deeply into his brilliant form. Every cut made the beast leak black, oily ichor. But Rinbost wasn't done. Before Henser could even get his feet beneath him, he cast Tenebral Crush. Shadows gathered around the struggling beast and collapsed upon him, clinging to his form of hardened white light. Even Henser's luminosity dimmed considerably under that crushing assault.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.